3 wickets in just 4 overs and conceding a mere 22 runs with an economy rate of 5.5. If this guy was any holder, he would probably set the pitch on fire. The batsman had no answer to his clever variations and pinpoint accuracy. It was like he was playing a game of chess, constantly outwitting and outmaneuvering his opponents. And when he was not taking wickets, he was tightening the screws on the opposition with his miserly spell. It was a masterclass in bowling, and it's no surprise that the batsmen were left scratching their heads in bewilderment. Even the umpires were impressed, and they are not easily impressed. All in all, it was a brilliant performance that will go down in the annals of cricket history. 2 wickets in 4 overs with an economy of 9. Looks like he is following the motto of if you cannot beat them, join them. I mean, the opposition team might as well have handed him the ball and said, hey buddy, go easy on us. We do not want to win by too much. And do not even get me started on his economy rate. At 9, he is giving away more runs than a bank in a heist. It's almost like he is playing for the other team. But hey, he did get 2 wickets, so let's give him some credit. After all, he did manage to achieve the impossible, making the losing team lose even more. Batsman who played like he was holding a magic wand instead of a cricket bat. His batting was so enchanting that even the opposing team could not resist applauding his shots. He was like Harry Potter casting spells on the field with every shot he played. The bowlers were like the Dementors trying to suck out his confidence, but he stood the ground and fought back with some fantastic shots. His strike rate was like a Quidditch broomstick flying high in the sky, leaving everyone behind. His innings was so mesmerizing that the fans were left spellbound staring at him in awe. It was like he had swallowed a golden snitch and nobody could catch him. In the end, even the losing team had to admit that they had witnessed some magic today. This batsman truly deserves a round of applause for his bewitching performance on the field today. 48 runs off just 30 balls, but unfortunately it was not enough to secure a victory for his team. He hit 5 big sixes, but it was like throwing a party when the guests have already left. One must admire the sheer determination to keep on fighting even when the game seemed beyond reach. But let's be real, he was like a late night show host who tried to make a funny joke when everyone was already asleep. He had a phenomenal strike rate of 160, but it was like a driving a Ferrari in a traffic jam. It's impressive but ultimately pointless. Maybe if he had hit a few of those sixes earlier, we would be talking about a different result today. But alas, it's just another case of too little too late. In summary, while we can appreciate the batting performance, we cannot help but feel that it was ultimately meaningless in the grand scheme of things. At least it provided some entertainment for the fans who were probably wondering when the game would finally be over. This gentleman was just not satisfied with picking up just 1 wicket. He went ahead and took 3. And if that was not impressive enough, he did it in just 4 overs with an economy rate of 5.75. I mean, this guy was just toying with the opposition, making them think they had a chance. And then bam, he strikes again. His bowling was so tight that even the opposition batsmen could not resist poking at it. They were like flies trying to break through a spider web. But this bowler was the spider, weaving his magic spell around them. And guess what? His team won. It's a pity he won't be awarded the man of the match, but we all know he was the real hero out there today. Kudos to this bowler for showing us how it's done. 2 wickets in his 4 overs, but unfortunately it was all in vain. With an economy rate of 10.25 and 41 runs to his name, he could not save his team from a humiliating defeat. It's almost like watching a superhero who's lost his powers. You know, like Superman without his cape, Batman without his gadgets, or Spider Man without his webs. This bowler tried his best, but it seems like he was just throwing the ball up for other team to hit out of the park. In fact, if we are being honest, he probably would have been more useful if he had just stood at the boundary and acted as a ball boy. At least that way he would not have given away so many runs. But hey, do not worry too much, bowler. You gave it your all, and sometimes that's all that matters. Plus, you can always look at it this way. At least you got some exercise in today. 32 runs of just 16 balls with a 200 strike rate. That's not cricket, that's a video game. It seems like this all-rounder has a habit of smashing the ball out of the park with two sixes to his name. The crowd must have been entertained by his aggressive batting as well as the fielders, who were probably dodging the ball like it's a game of dodgeball. But wait, there's more. He also picked up a wicket, albeit only bowling a single over. With an economy rate of 6, it seems like this player knows how to keep it tight as well. I wonder what the captain must have been thinking, maybe something like, why cannot everyone on the team be like this guy? All in all, it was a great performance by the all-rounder and he definitely played a key role in the team's victory. But the question on everyone's mind now is, when's the biryani party in the dressing room? This batsman may have only scored 25 runs of 22 balls, but let me tell you, those two sixes he hit were massive. They were so massive, in fact, that I'm pretty sure they landed in a different time zone. But alas, his efforts were in vain as his team could not quite make it to the finish line. It's a real shame because with a strike rate of 113.64, this batsman was on fire. I mean, if he had just faced a few more balls, who knows what kind of damage he could have done. But let's not dwell on the negative. Let's give credit where credit is due. This batsman may not have come out on top, but he put on a show for the fans. And who knows, maybe next time he will hit three sixes and his team will actually win. Stranger things have happened in this game of cricket. Economy rate of just 4.25, he kept the run flow in check and made it difficult for the batsmen to score freely. He also managed to pick up a crucial wicket to put a dent in the opposition's momentum. It was a display of classical spin bowling, as the batsmen were left clueless against his subtle variations and flight. In fact, it would not be wrong to say that the opposition batsmen were playing him like a riddle they could not solve. All in all, our spin bowler had a fantastic game and he surely deserves a pat on the back for his efforts. His performance will definitely give him confidence going forward and his teammates will be happy to have him in their ranks. One wicket in his 4 overs, conceding 33 runs with an economy of 8. Now, I do not want to say that his bowling was like a ship without a rudder, but it did seem like he was lost at sea. He started off decently, trying to make waves in the batting lineup, but he soon realized that the opposition batsmen were like buoys, unmovable and unshakable. It's almost like he was throwing a fishing line, hoping for a bite, but the fish just were not interested. Perhaps he should have tried a different bait, or maybe he was just in the wrong part of the pond. Regardless, he did manage to catch one fish, and it was a pretty big one. But unfortunately, the rest of the team could not reel in the other catches needed to win the game. Overall, it was a valiant effort, but it's clear that this bowler needs to go back to the drawing board and come up with a better strategy for his next match. Maybe he should try some underwater exploration to find out what's biting, or maybe he should stick to playing cricket on dry land. 31 runs of just 15 balls. He was like a bull in a china shop, smashing fours and sixes left, right, and center. It was like he had a personal vendetta against the ball, and he was making sure to let it know who was boss. And that strike rate of 206.67, phew, that's the kind of number that makes the bowler wake up in the cold sweats. They will be seeing those fours and sixes in their dreams tonight. All in all, it was a fantastic performance by that batsman and he played a key role in his team's victory. Keep up the good work, mate, and we will be seeing a lot more of you in the future. 16 runs of 14 balls. Wow, impressive. Just what the team needed to get to the finish line. 1-4 in the entire innings. Now that's how you keep the opposition on their toes. A strike rate of 114.29. Oh my, it's giving me goosebumps. The way he pushed and prodded, it was as if he was scared to play his shots. A masterclass in defensive batting. He almost made it look like he was playing for a draw. But let's give credit where it's due. The way he played those defensive shots, it was almost like he was auditioning for a spot in the next test match. A true gem of a performance. A diamond in the rough, if you will. If only the rest of the team had the same commitment to blocking the ball, who knows, they might have set a record for the lowest T20 score ever. His strike rate of 200 was something to marvel at, and the opposition bowlers were left dazed and confused. It was clear from the very beginning that he was in the zone and meant business. He made batting look like a child's play with his effortless shots and the way he toyed with the fielders. Even the best fielders could not catch him, and the ball kept flying past the boundary ropes. It was a treat to watch this maestro in action. With his sublime form, he propelled his team to a win and secured a spot in the hearts of the fans. His knock will be remembered for a long time, and we cannot wait to see him back in action. If he continues this way, who knows, we may witness a world record being broken. Well played, sir. Well played indeed.